Welcome back, adventurers. Welcome back. Thank you for joining in. As I'm crossing over this, they call it a lake. I have always called it a pond because I can see from one side to the other completely and all sides of the bank. So to me that says it's a pond, not a lake. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, as I cross over this lake in Ivy, Georgia, I'm headed out on some country roads, doing some nice riding and recording today. But as I'm out riding around, it reminds me of a topic that I had roll into my head the other night, actually last night, because there was a sport bike, a fast boy, right? And he kept going by the house like 4 or 5 times, and I would hear the RPMs kind of build up a little bit on the bike. And that raised a question in the back of my head. When a car or a motorcycle or a truck or anything comes by your residence and they're sounding off, their RPMs are creating a sound, creating a siren song for the neighborhood to hear. When you hear that siren song coming by your house, is that a call to action? Is that a challenge? Is that someone saying, I am here now too, listen to me? Yeah, you might want to stop there, bucko. I would hate to slam into a side-by-side on a glorious Sunday. Not in my list of things to do today. Oh. So is it a challenge, or do you look at it as them just saying hello? Are they riding by? Do they know you? Do they know you exist? Do they know you're there? Are they doing it just to get your attention, or is it just them doing things? 9 times out of 10, honestly, if you don't let ego get in the way, you can understand that they have no care about you being there, about that being your house, about you being a biker or a car enthusiast or none of that. They don't care. That doesn't matter to them. Why doesn't it matter to them? Because they're in their own world. They have their own things going on, their own existence. So no, it's probably not a challenge. And they're probably not saying hello either. But in the back of my mind, in the back of my head, right, I see it as a challenge. Them RPMs are singing that siren song to see if I'm listening, to see how we'll respond. Like there's this blue Mustang. Guys, gals, folks, creatures of all shapes and sizes, I want to say this. I am all for doing what makes you happy, right? If riding in a light-colored blue Mustang V6 with the exhaust that came out of the 70s or 80s, then do that. If that brings you happiness, do that, right? But you come by my house and your Mustang is sounding off, to me that's a challenge. You're challenging me to come by your house and sound off. To let you know, hey buddy, I'm still out here too. I'm still getting around and I still do what makes me happy. Now when I say challenge, I don't mean that in a negative connotation. They're not like saying come outside and me and you're gonna throw fists. No, it's more of a challenge to prove existence. Challenge to help share happiness, share what brings them joy. So when I hear a bike sounding off or a car sounding off nearby, it's a challenge for me to get out and share what makes me happy. Riding a motorcycle. Yep, that's how I take it. That's how I view it. And that, viewing it in that way, brings me happiness. Because every time a car or a truck or a bike comes by and sounds off, I smile. Because I know they're doing what makes them happy. And happiness is key. I've said it in I don't know how many videos at this point, or repeated it at how many times at this point. English, right? Ugh. My English teachers would kill me. But then again, they also understood who their student was. Anyway, happiness, happiness, happiness. Happiness is what David and Cindy provided for God and angels. Well, not happiness in a whole. Happiness in a design. happiness in strategy. Happiness by giving them the tools and strategies they need to find what makes them happy, to live what makes them happy, to share with others their happiness. That's what David and Cindy provide. And they provide it to the young men and women that have been aged up and out of the foster care system. Up and out, easy. It's your 18th birthday. You've aged up to 18. Now you're 18, you're an adult. Now you're up and out of that foster care system, because foster care system only cares for children, not for adults, my young friend. I apologize, but I didn't create the system. I'm only helping y'all work through it. Yep. Up and out. And also homeless and hopeless, because they didn't teach you how to find your happiness. And that's, again, where David and Sydney come in. To teach you to find your happiness in whatever level of life that is. They don't care if you're working a gas station and that's your happiness, or if you're a senator and that is where you find your happiness. They don't care, as long as you work to find your happiness. And ladies and gentlemen, folks, creatures of all shapes and sizes, helping people find their happiness is one of the most important things you can do in life. So I support David and Cindy. I support what the Forgotten Angels does. And I support those that support the Forgotten Angels. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Graceful Darkness, shout out to you. Just got my pins in yesterday with my new stickers, and I love the bigger decals. I'm thinking we're stealing that from Buck, right? That's what I'm thinking. Oh. But thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Reach out to David and Cindy. See what you can do for them. Show them some love. See if there's anything you can donate. This car is only going 25 miles an hour. Come see us in October, y'all. October 23rd through 26th for the 10th anniversary camp out for Forgotten Angels. Come out and hang out with us. Come see what Forgotten Angels is about for yourself. Spend some time. Spend some memories. Make some new ones. Make some happiness. Yep. And let's say people aren't doing it for you. You're more of a canine person. Y'all know I love dogs. That's why we have 10. 10. Because dogs bring us happiness. And we provide them a shot of happiness as well. A shot at forever happiness. So Possum Southern Rescue. Every Saturday at PetSmart in Warner Robins, they have the doggy adoptions. So go out to them, foster, adopt, donate. One or the above, y'all. One or the above. Buy the dogs a bone. That being said, as I pass by my dad's house, go out and make some adventures. Go out and find some happiness, y'all. That's what I'm out here doing. And I recommend you do the same. Go find some happiness.